Hello, welcome to Margaret TV. If you are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Pierre Nkurunziza. Nkurunziza is an educator and the current president of Burundi. He has been president since 2005, serving his third term in office. His political roots can be traced to his father, who was an influential politician, a Burundian governor. In 2001, he became the head of Forces for the Defense of Democracy, FDD, the Hutu rebel group, having lost his father and 5 siblings to civil wars. He led the Hutu tribe as it battled the Burundian army that was dominated by Tutsis. The civil war was sparked by the assassination of the nation's first democratically elected president, Melchior Ndadaye, which was blamed on Tutsi extremists. Nkurunziza was born to the family of Eustache Ngambisha on December 18, 1963, in the capital city of Bujumbura. He was born into a family of mixed tribes, with his father being Hutu and mother Tutsi. His father, who was a Catholic with royal blood, was elected to the country's parliament in 1965 under Union for National Progress, or PRONA party, while his mother was a nurse assistant. Eustache later became governor of 2 provinces before he lost his life during the Burundi genocide of 1972. Nkurunziza started his formal education in the province of Ngozi and furthered his education in the secondary school at Atene in Gitega. Growing up, he had passion for sport, which would later influence his decision in being a football coach of a first division club, Union Sporting. In the late 80s, his passion for sport made him pursue a degree in sport education at the Institut d'Education Physique et des Sports, IEPS, in the University of Burundi, and graduated in 1990. Nkurunziza began his career after graduation at Lycée de Moranvia in 1991 as a sports professor. He worked while studying psychology and pedagogy. Before the civil war in the country in 1992, he got a job at the University of Burundi as a teacher and assistant lecturer, and at the same period, he began teaching at ISCAM. By the time things were beginning to work out for Nkurunziza in 1995, hundreds of Hutu students were killed and made to run. For that reason, he joined the National Council for the Defense of Democracy, Forces for the Defense of Democracy, CNDD-FDD. He rose through the ranks and was appointed Deputy Secretary General of the group in 1998. During Burundian Civil War in the 90s, Nkurunziza was almost killed after a near-death experience that left him with several injuries. Government was against the activities of CNDD-FDD, with Nkurunziza being one of the leaders. He was condemned to death by court. His court trial was in absentia in 1999. But Nkurunziza was pardoned and was elected as chairman of the group. It was during his tenure that things went bad and the group separated in 2001. Burundi's civil war came to an end in 2003 after a ceasefire agreement was reached, and President Domitille Ndayizeye, who he later succeeded, appointed him as Minister for Good Governance. In 2004, he was re-elected as CNDD-FDD chairman. Nkurunziza made his intentions to run for the presidency in the coming elections known, and by 2005, flagging off as CNDD-FDD candidate, Nkurunziza won the elections. He was elected president by members of parliament and was sworn in on the 26th of August 2005. On August 26, 2010, he was re-elected into office following an opposition boycott as he had more than 90% of the votes. President Nkurunziza made policies that went wrong. An example was the ban he placed on jogging in March 2014. Anyone who was found jogging was to be sentenced to death. Nkurunziza showed that he wasn't joking, as 21 members of the opposition party, Movement for Solidarity and Democracy Party, MSD, were given life sentences for using jogging as a way of protests. By April 2015, he announced that he would seek for third term, and the opposition rose against him, but his supporters claimed that it was because his first term shouldn't be counted for him, for he was voted into office by the parliament, not the people. Following this announcement, there were protests all over, and 6 people were killed. Nkurunziza took action by arresting Pierre Claver Mbonimpa, the popular human rights activist, and this shut down all radio stations. The fear of another war made 24,000 Burundians flee ahead of the presidential elections. On May 13th, Godofried Niyombare declared a coup over the radio as Nkurunziza was away attending a summit in Tanzania. People began to celebrate on the streets of Burundi, but somehow, Nkurunziza, with the help of loyalist troops, regained control. The presidential elections were held on the 21st of July 2015, and Nkurunziza controversially won the election with 69.41% of the votes. On August 20, 2015, he was sworn in for the third term. In March 2018, CNDD-FDD named the president Eternal Supreme Guide before a constitutional referendum on the 17th of May 2018. The referendum will allow him remain in power until 2034, but it was heavily criticized by the opposition and international bodies. But on June 7, 2018, Nkurunziza made an announcement that he would step down after the 2020 elections. He was part of the secondary school and university football teams. When he was minister, he created football academy that housed and trained 300 kids across the country. And as president, he formed the Hallelujah FC, where himself and old-time friends are members. He got married to Dennis in 1994 and they have 5 children together. What's your take on Nkurunziza as a Burundian politician? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.